Yes, hello and welcome back for another episode with The Rugged Gamer. Today we are joined by Slaughterballs, and he's going to go through with us his opinion and review of Monster Hunter World. Can't get my words out there. I'm going to go through with my review first, and then we'll ask Slaughterballs to give his review on the game as well. So, Monster Hunter World. I'm no enemy to RPG games. I've quite enjoyed quite a few in my time, and it's always a pleasure doing games like this. It's not your MMORPG, but it is still a very, very good game to play with an online community, which is always good to see. So, my first impressions of Monster Hunter World. Well, it's Capcom, and they do come with their own problems. One for me is the issue of the wording. So when you are playing the game and you see people talking and stuff like that, the overlay that they do for the English speaking doesn't match the actual mouthing and the actions in the game. Only a small minor critique, but it does burr something in your head when you do watch it. Sometimes it can bother people and minor people. It's like, it's not quite right, but we'll overlook that. I have noticed during the game there are times where the graphics glitch. It'll flash like a red or a black screen. Not quite sure why, and I'm hoping future patches might get rid of that. I'm sure it will do. Enough players will complain about it that they will change it. Okay, so that's the negatives out of the way. Let's look at the positives. Well, first things first, you have a strange pet. It's a cat that's almost part human. Bit different, but I like the concept of it. And the next thing I like as well, which you'll get a glimpse at, is the customization. You got quite a lot of options actually, and the graphics and the customizations are very well done actually in this game. I did enjoy that. Okay, it's not 100%, but it's good. It's good for the game, which I really enjoyed. Okay, so the gameplay itself, this is where I feel like you're almost running on a canvas. What I mean by that is it's not fluid. It's not, you're not crushing grass with your feet. It's almost as if you're walking on top of it. It's a bit of a weird feeling for me. I don't know if anybody else will see that, but that's the only critique I have on the actual gameplay itself. Everything else, the combat, I stupidly decided to try a combat with the greatsword. Very slow combat, however, it is good fun. I will trial out the other weapons as well. It's quite easy. I do like it that they give you the option straight away for any of the weapons, which is always a good sign. It means you can trial them out, try each weapon and see which one you prefer, and then play that gameplay style that you prefer at the end of it. There is like your bows type, your dual swords, your daggers, your great swords, your katanas, all sorts. There's loads. I will do another video on this showing you a bit more in depth about the weaponry, the armor, and various other things as well. So that overall, it's a good game. Yeah, personally, I'm going to play it more. I'm just going to play it more, even though there's slight little things here and there. The overall of the game is great. The story mode is great. And the only downside to the story mode is when the dialogue of the people talk, it will sometimes follow the person, and it continue talking with the person, and their actions will be involved. And all of a sudden, they'll just go mute, and then all you've got is subtitles. So you're reading subtitles. A little shame there, but it's one of them, I think, in this game. Other than that, the story so far is really good. Now, I want to just started it to get my head around it, to get a review out there and see how it is from first hand. I have asked Slaughterballs with us today to give us his opinions on it as he's progressed further in the game, and he's obviously he's at that level where he's actually been able to enjoy it a bit more and unlock a few more things and see the harder quests and missions and the monsters and whatnot. So I'm going to ask Slaughterballs now to give us his opinion on the game and see what he thinks. So, do you want to give us your opinions, your take on the game then?
Well, it's like Jurassic World meets Dark Souls in a sense. From the videos that I've watched, Dark Souls fans tend to kick off because it's not Dark Souls. But it is quite difficult at points, and some of the enemies are quite ridiculous, and they hit pretty fucking hard. And for instance, like the one I'm facing now, the Anjanath. It's kind of like a T-Rex. Imagine a big furry T-Rex that breathes fire. It hits like a truck, and it's really difficult to take down if you're a new player.
Okay, so obviously we get it's like a Dark Souls, but you know, obviously you're further on in the game than I am. I've obviously started it up and I've had a look at it from the start. But I mean, has it gotten better? Has it continued the way it started? You know, how's it gone throughout the process?
The game started off pretty strong, actually. They do quite a good job, from what I gather, in this game of introducing the game to new players. Really, they do quite a good job. It's certainly a bit more player friendly, I'd say, than Dark Souls. Whereas Dark Souls, they just sort of throw you in, and anybody new would probably just start thinking, okay, this game's a bit too hard, maybe I should turn the difficulty down, and then you realise there is no difficulty setting, this is as easy as it gets. Here they hold your hand for I guess what you could call the tutorial bit. So they give you a few basic missions to do. Introduces the world that you're going to be in, as well as some of the monsters. Introduce some of the not so nice monsters, the ones that you'll be taking down pretty soon, and then they just let you crack on with it. I quite like it. In terms of customization, it's quite easy to get your head around.
So what's your opinion overall of the game?
I think, despite the anticipation that it wasn't going to be a particularly good game, or certainly not, given when it's being released, the amount of impact that it'll have, I think it's actually a very, very good game. I think the last time I ever played Monster Hunter was on the PlayStation 2, so that's quite some time ago. It was a demo, and I never really picked it up. But this, I can sort of see why you'd want to come back to the series if you were playing this, or if you were a veteran and you thought, I'm not sure what to think of it. It's only easy to get your head around. I'd say the combat system, it's very simplistic. There isn't really much to it. There's no awkward combos or tricks. There are certain, I wouldn't say glitches, but ways to abuse the combo system in some ways, so you can always get maximum damage output, but that just comes from sort of practice with a weapon. It's not necessarily, like I said, something you can exploit. So yeah, I think it's a really good game, actually.
Okay, excellent. And just for obviously the viewers, would you recommend this to the gamers?
I would, yeah. If you're looking for a big gaming experience that challenges you, but at the same time holds your hand at times, I'd certainly go for it. It's one of those RPGs that's huge and immersive, and you can get lost in the world, but at the same time it gives you enough that you can sort of walk away feeling accomplished.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you very much, Slotwalls, for giving us that review.
My pleasure, anytime.
Excellent. Cheers, Sapwell. I'll speak to you soon.
You will.
So there you have it. My opinion on the game overall, on whether you should get it. Yes, you should. It's a fun game at the end of the day. It's a franchise that's obviously been going on for a long time. So if you're a favourite from the past, then you'd be silly not to try the new game. It's always been my favourite to continue the franchises. Even when Bungie left the Halo universe, I still continue to to try the next level of Halos, etc., etc. Hopefully only good things come from new games and whatnot. So I will admit I haven't played the other ones, however I'm not disappointed from this game, so I'd strongly suggest giving it a go. If you're not too sure about it, wait a couple of months, it'll drop down in price and it'll be worth grabbing then. It's very immersive, it's got a long lifespan on the game, so if you want to get involved in it for a while and get stuck in over time, then you can do. It's one of them games where you're not kind of pushed to throw everything out at once. You can play it at your own pace, you can have a look at things, take things a bit at a time and whatnot. The only timed element of the game so far that I've met with is the missions. You get a certain amount of time on the mission, and then once you complete the mission you get a certain amount of time to collect your loot and whatnot at the end of it. That's the only time frame I've really come across with. So overall I'm not disappointed with that, and to be fair, it does keep the game moving as well. So yes, I would go out and get this game. It's my final opinion on that. Like I say, thank you very much for listening, and hopefully I've given you a bit of a glimpse of the game without giving too much away. That monster I'm attacking at the moment is one of the bigger monsters that you will come to, and it was an interesting fight, I must admit, but it's certainly worth a go at. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching again. Keep an eye out for the latest videos coming soon. There's going to be a lot of them hitting the channel very quickly. Remember to give me a subscribe and a like, and if you want to see any more of it, please leave me a comment and I will sort something out for yourselves and get it on there. Thank you very much. Take care.